my babies, and welcome back to KRC Tarot. Today's reading, what we're looking at is what Mercury retrograde is really doing in your life right now. So if you feel like something feels delayed, confusing, or like it's just going backward, it's not random. All right, so you have three options, three piles to choose from. So if you go down to the description box, you have three choices. You have pile 1, Earth, pile 2, Saturn, and pile 3, Crescent Moon. All right, so click on the reading or the pile that you feel most drawn to. Don't overthink it. If there's something about the reading that doesn't resonate or doesn't quite align, try another pile or try another reading. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Hello, my beautiful pile ones. If you've chosen this pile, which is the Earth symbol, this is your reading. We are in the midst of Mercury retrograde. So this year is 2026. It is a time-sensitive reading. Mercury retrograde, the first half of it, it goes from February 26th all the way through March 20th. It's a official retrograde phase, core period where miscommunications, tech glitches, delays, old business practices and themes resurface. Those things tend to show up more strongly. Okay, so let's just dive right in here to see what Mercury retrograde is really doing in your life right now. So I want to know for you where you're overreacting. All right, I know things feel a little wonky, but let's check it out. Where you're overreacting, y'all. Okay, let's do that. Do. Okay, Page of Pentacles. We got the Five of Cups, and we've got the Death card. Okay, I know the Death card tends to be a scary card for a lot of people, but it really isn't. It can symbolize actual death, but typically it means change, like a death of the old ways. Okay, so definitely feeling there's a huge change happening in your life at this very moment, and it's just kind of hard to cope with. Everything feels upside down. You've had a lot of losses, to be quite honest. And it's almost like you've been trying your little heart out to really start something new, to get something going, maybe even launching a new business, a new career, a new way of life. You know what I mean? Maybe even some people are actively trying to conceive, start a family, and it's not working out. It's not quite hitting. I mean, all your efforts have been kind of like, you put out the cups and somebody just comes over and knocks them over kind of thing. And this is, I know you want big change because you're tired of the old way of doing things and you want something new, you want something fresh. Okay, and I know it just seems like, this is just all backwards, but there is a little bit of overreacting on what's going on here because yes, you might have some losses, but you gotta keep looking at the positive and understand this is a process and it's not always going to pan out. Like the first try, it might not always be the successful try. Even the second try. Does it mean you should give up? No, dog, keep going. You know what I mean? And I know it's hard. I know it's like where you're overreacting, and I get it. It's an emotional toll, but you still have like 2 cups left. You still got a lot more chances to do it, and so don't give up. You know what I mean? I guess the overreaction is just like, well, I'm done. F this, forget it, I'm never doing it again. No, I know it's daunting. It can be discouraging, but don't give up. Don't just throw in the towel just like that. You know what I mean? So you had a few little hiccups, a couple steps backward, but keep moving forward, okay? This doesn't mean that you should give up. Heard? All right. So let's kind of get a little bit more into it. I'm going to pull 3 more on what's actually happening behind the scenes and all your poor little efforts. What's going on right now? What's actually happening behind the scenes? Okay, enough shuffling. Okay, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. Okay, so what's actually happening here? This is a soul lesson, and Mercury Retrograde is just bringing it to the surface for you to clear it. So these little obstacles that you've been running into, they're perfect opportunities to clear it, release it, so that you no longer have to face those particular obstacles again, if that makes sense. It's almost like even I'm getting like a little bit of financials going on here. Almost like what's bringing up to the surface. Not enough money, not enough family, not enough, insert here. It's just a feeling of lack and not being satisfied with life, and trying to change it and things going awry, and then just having this kind of crap attitude towards it, which I think the universe is trying to kind of show you that, like, life is crazy. There's no need to be a grump about it and just give up. Okay. The universe is in your corner and they want to see you get what you want, but there's things that are blocking it. So they're trying to bring it in front of you so you can move past it, and then you don't have to deal with that particular thing anymore, that block anymore. Just that's what's happening here. Okay. They're trying to set you up for success, but you have to shift your perspective and see it in that way. Okay, I know it feels like you feel like you're being punished by some grand thing out there, then you don't deserve nothing. No, 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 no. They're not trying to punish you. They're actively trying to bring this to the surface, get rid of it, and then keep on going. And because, you really put yourself through the ringer, unnecessary anxiety and thoughts. It's all in your mind of like the doom and gloom, to be quite honest. All right, and so it's time to take those swords that the universe is putting in front of you as your obstacle, and then just flinging them out into the universe. You see this, it's almost like these are little arms, and like all these like obstacles, they're just kind of being flung out there, like, get out of the way. Now there might be a couple left, but 2 obstacles left is better than 7 obstacles left, you know what I mean? So you're just gonna have to kind of have that perspective on what's going on right now, and have a little bit of maturity with it. It's easier said than done, and I get it, but this is what is actually is trying to go down in your life. This is what's actually happening. All right, so let's I want to get into the traditional Rider-Waite tarot here, and I want to know what's being corrected. What actually are the blocks that are being corrected, kind of like being brought up so that they can be released. All right. We got the Magician, Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So there's a lot of pentacles in this. I've noticed that. So definitely kind of, it's more money based, I feel. It's not for everybody because this is a collective reading, but I think a lot of you, this is a money related thing. Finances, pretty much. Okay, so what's being corrected? I think, okay, don't come at me now. I'm just the messenger here, and I'm just gonna, I calls it like I sees it, and almost like there's been a little coddling in your life. Things have been kind of given to you. Things have come into your life very easily. Not everybody, but it's just, I think now what's being corrected is that you need to have a little bit more self-reliance. It's good to rely on people for support, but it can't be like 100% all the time without, you lifting a finger. It's time to put on your big person panties and just getting the damn thing done. All right, and stop with the overreacting, like boo-hooing. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like it's hardening you. Like, experiences, they harden you and they can desensitize you. So it's trying to desensitize you. It's not the end of the world. You're just gonna have to try understanding that. And life is about experiences, getting through the crap and then learning from it and being better, stronger, faster, more efficient. Okay, you know what I mean? Also, it's just, you are a really great manifester, but what you manifest is a little cockamamie stuff. So I think the universe is trying to remove the blocks or help you to see where the blocks are so you can remove them yourselves. So you'll be able to manifest exactly what you want. You can cultivate your own legacy and not just relying on some others' legacies, things like that, and still and learn to collaborate, but not 100% rely all the time on others. There's a time for collaboration and there's a time for independent energy and work. Okay, and so for now Spirit's kind of pulling me back to those that are actually trying to start a family. It could be you're with the wrong people and the universe is just not allowing the next step to unfold because it's just not good. It's not right for you. Now don't come at me. I'm just the messenger. But there's something maybe not quite right with the other side of things. Is your partner the one to create this life and this family? It's just something to think about. Okay. Let's move on here because I want to know what needs a second look. Okay, what do you really need to look at again? What needs a second look? Page of Pentacles. We've got the Seven of Swords again, but in different form. That's funny. And the Five of Wands. Oh, okay. Definitely the attitude. Sorry. I feel like this pile's got a lot of tude. Okay. Maybe even a little bratty energy. Hey, we all have that. I can be a super brat. But I think your perspective needs to be adjusted and you need to look at things a little bit more differently. Stop fighting others when you don't get what you want. stop trying to have the upper hand, and just you're here to learn. Just relax. You know what I mean? I know attitude, it has its time and place. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's just more of your attitude towards the situation needs to shift. Okay. Having a little bit more of an optimistic and not toxic optimism, you know what I mean? That's unbalanced in itself. But a little bit more of a shift than that pessimistic feel that I think a lot of people in this reading, in this pile, have been going down towards. Like, they've been going down the pessimistic road. And I think that kind of needs to really, you need to start looking at things in a more positive light, so you can have more of that positive energy kind of flow in. Man, I really do. And so you don't, and once you start getting accustomed to having more of not a pissy attitude and not fighting with others, things will start to flow a little better. Okay. Hey, that's just what the universe is saying, man. Don't come at me. It's all good. This is a learning experience, and it's temporary, guys. This is what Mercury retrograde does, okay? It brings things to the surface to clear. All right, so I want to get into how this stabilizes. All right, how this stabilizes for you. Ugh, these are so big, but they're such a beautiful deck. These are the Universal Prophecy cards by McKenzie, and they're gorgeous. They're just so big for my tiny little hands. All right, that's enough of that. Okay, how this stabilizes for y'all. Okay. Breathe. Union. Oh, meditate. Yeah. Oh, this brings you back to you, baby. It puts you through the ringer, and then you start to get better at like realizing that you got to breathe. Connection with others is good, but not it doesn't run your life. Having people run your life or do things for you all the time is not the best way to go. And I think you're going to start to realize that. This kind of like puts you back into like, oh, reality here. And I think it kind of brings you back to being able to get in tune with yourself, meditation, taking a moment to just do nothing, don't think, and just be present. Absolutely. And I'll read read what the card says. Is breathe in the universal energy that connects mind, body, and soul as one. These are glossy, guys. Sorry about that. Feel the energy of love as it flows through every cell of your body. So really tapping into that love energy and not such the anger energy. Union. Memories of the past are rising and stirring your heart. Let love guide you as you remember. Allow the union of souls to connect once more. So it's not always a union of actual like man and wife or person, whatever. It's just the union of love within you, love for yourself, and that in turn will kind of get you more motivated to take the reins, take the bull by the horns yourself. And then meditate. You breathe in positive energy through meditation. An open heart, whispers received in a clear mind will enable you to see the situation clearly. So being present, being still, you'll be able to get those little soft messages from your higher self to help you to get through this unscathed as best as possible. All right, so let's get into last little bit here. Calm advice moving forward. Calm advice moving forward. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Purpose. Affirm. Manifest. All right, I'll read this. I'll read all of these actually. Purpose card. Bring fulfillment and happiness into your life to inspire and empower others. Ask, what is my purpose in life? What can I do to make the world a better place? Okay. Is this really what you want? Take the time to really think about that. You know, pushing to get this thing that you want, but it's not working out. Is it truly what you want? Okay, so really ask yourselves those hard questions. And if it is, then hell, do it. If it isn't, then maybe something needs to shift. Okay. Affirm. Say this mantra out loud. I am successful in all that I do. Be affirming and visualizing. You plant the seed for positive outcomes. If this is truly what you want, the advice here is to visualize it, affirm it. Okay? You are successful in all that you do. If you truly want this, then do it. Manifest it. Manifest it. The light is shining. Trust your instincts to manifest your desires. The best version of you is emerging. Trust yourself. Okay? Again, be discerning. Is this the right path for you? Is this truly what you truly want and need? And if it is, then manifest it, babe. Go full force. Fix the attitude and the pessimistic energy and really flip the script. Visualize it and bring it into this earth plane. Okay, and take heart. Again, this is a temporary state. Everybody kind of goes through all the poo-poo doo-doo that Mercury retrograde brings, but there are blessings that they don't feel like blessings, but in the end, when everything is said and done and everything's kind of settled down, you'll be like, holy crap, kind of glad I went through that, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be in this wonderful state that I am right now. Just kind of have to look at it in that perspective. All right, so I think I'm going to end the reading here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope this really helps you through your Mercury retrograde transition here. If you wish to support my channel, you go down to this description box. There's a PayPal link to donate. Not necessary, but if you'd like to, or you can purchase one of my cool jewelries from my website, shop-krc.com. Not for the faint of heart, and it's for people that like to make bold statements, especially in the jewelry. Head turners. If you can't do any of that, don't worry about it, babe. Just follow, like, share, subscribe. That definitely helps me. All right. Thanks so much for being with me, guys, and I'll see you in the next reading. Okay? Bye-bye. Hello, my wonderful pile twos. If you chose the Saturn symbol, this is your reading. Okay, so don't panic. Here's what Mercury retrograde is really doing for you guys. All right, so let's get into it. Now, Mercury retrograde, the first phase, official phase, is February 26th through March 20th. So this is the core period where miscommunications, tech glitches, delays, old business themes resurface, and they tend to show up much more strongly. Now, good thing it's temporary, but it's meant to bring up a lot of stuff to the surface, to give you a chance to really take a hard look at it. So it's a blessing in disguise. But let's see where you're overreacting. Oh, already have one popping out. Okay, we got the Seven of Swords there. Let's see, where kind of overreacting. I mean, I get it, but where do you need to take the chill pill? Right? What a 90s term, chill pill. Anyways, we got so Seven of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Sun. Oh man, okay. This is a collective reading, right? So there's a lot of people reading or watching this reading, but off the bat, man, rearing up the children's, maybe some teen angst dealing with that as a parent. Um, you know, maybe they're getting a little bit too big for their britches, or they're trying to be a little bit more independent, and you're just like, you know, it's, you got to relax on that. Children got to grow up. You can't always, I mean, you definitely don't want them to walk in front of a moving bus, that's for sure, but also you got to have to let them make their own mistakes so they can learn their own lessons. You know, don't touch that the hot stove, you know what I mean? And sometimes they just got to touch that hot stove to be like, oh, that hurts. Like, yeah, I told you not to do it, you did it anyways, but you won't do that shit again, right? Now, if this is not, now, if that don't make no sense to you, then that's message is not for you. But I think there's a bit overreaction of, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm feeling movement of travel, relocating to a new city, town for possibly like a new job, and just kind of flipping out. Be like, uprooting myself. What's, you know what I mean? I can't, this is not, oh, I can't do it. And then it just being, feeling overwhelmed, not getting the full picture. I guess communication's not been so clear on it. And then you're just kind of like, going to town, imagination wise, about all these horrible things that might just happen, because either there might be a delay in communication, you haven't found out the full scope of things, and you're just making up these stories in your brain and freaking yourself out, man. You are putting yourself through this anxiety trip, and it's just like so unnecessary. Just chill out, take a step back, take a breath. Communication might be delayed because that's a big thing in Mercury retrograde, communication. um, Tech glitches, or, delays. Those are huge. That's definitely a thing, and I think you're definitely feeling that right now. So just take a step back. Things are going to come forth. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what's actually happening behind the scenes here. Behind the scenes. What are you doing, Mercury retrograde? Oh, here we go. We already got one out. The lovers. Nice. Ooh, okay. I'm already feeling that. All right, stop right there. We got the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. What's actually happening behind the scenes? I think that like things are kind of organizing themselves. Partnerships are cultivating behind the scenes by themselves. Patrons are being established, and these little mind swords are gonna kind of start to lift. The story that you're telling yourself isn't accurate, and things are actually behind the scenes are organizing themselves. And yes, there is a delay, and you might have to wait till the actual end of the Mercury retrograde phase, around March 20th, 2026, to kind of finally see something like produce. And you're just gonna have to kind of be patient. All right, things are moving and grooving, not quickly, because the Nine of Pentacles is here to slow these things down. But it's gonna happen, so relax, chill out. Okay, chill, baby. All right, let's keep going. I want to learn more about y'all. Okay, so what's being corrected here? What is being, oh, already got the Strength card. I don't do reverse cards. It's never been a thing for me. There's nothing wrong with them. I just don't vibe with that. So I always flip them back. And I do intuitive tarot, so it doesn't matter if it's reversed. I go by what the feeling of the card is, not by the actual meaning, though sometimes it does influence it. Anyways, I digress. What's being corrected? What's being corrected? Strength, Queen of Pentacles, and the Sun. Ooh, we get another Sun. I love the Sun. Well, feeling like you can't handle it, feeling like there is no sunrise through at the end of the night, you know what I mean? Feeling like you just can't handle shit. You know what I mean? It's like this overwhelming sense of like, I can't do it. It's being corrected here because it's going to be like, yes, you can. Okay, this view of you not be able to do it, to handle it, to be that person, to you know, to be that boss bitch. Like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Mercury retrograde is forcing you to correct that view of yourself and to take a better look at the reality of, like, you know what I mean? Yes, you can handle it. Yes, you can have good finances. Yes, you can have a balanced home life. Like, almost like, I just can't handle this anymore. Why is it doing this to me? Yes, you relax. You can handle it. It's just a little blip. It's a glitch in the system. It's a bump in the road. Don't let it be the definition of your entire life. You know, that's definitely what I'm feeling here. Okay, and I don't know why this is coming up, but I feel like I got to say, have a little bit more patience with the animals if you got some, especially when you're frustrated yourself at life in general. Try, animals are just there to help you and stuff like that. So be a little bit more patient with them. They're the innocent ones. That's all I had to say. If that doesn't resonate, then it doesn't. But if it does, just take a step back on that. And that's what the universe is saying. Okay, so let's keep going. What needs a second look, y'all? What needs a second look? Do. That's all. And that's it. You can do it, baby. Don't feel so shitty about it. Page of Pentacles. 3. Oh my gosh. It's like 2 suns, 2, 3 of Pentacles, and the jar. Okay. Take a second look at your progress, at what you've accomplished. The good things. Take a second look and remind yourself of the good things, of the wins, of the collaborations, of the money that you've made, of the children you have produced. Those are successes. Take a second look at your successes and remind yourself how wonderful you are, how powerful you are, how successful you are, and that you can, even if it's kind of crap right now, you can bring it all back to you. It's reminding, this retrograde is reminding you of your own power, which I think it's been a while since you've been reminded of that. So this is the time. Yeah, babe. I want to keep going. Okay, so let's check out how this stabilizes. How this stabilizes for you guys. Oh, these are so big. The Universal Prophecy cards by Julie McKenzie, but I love them. So beautiful, but my hands are too small. All good though. All right, I'll stop there. Okay, how this stabilizes. Oh, purpose again. Affirm. Fear. Woo. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. So purpose. It's a beautiful card. Bring fulfillment and happiness into your life to inspire and empower others. Okay. Ask, what is my purpose in life? What can I do to make the world a better place? So this kind of, it stabilizes in the fact that you finally kind of get back to your real self and remind yourself of your true purpose in life and why you're doing all this. Okay, so you affirm, say the mantra out loud. I am successful in all that I do. By affirming and visualizing, you plant the seed for positive outcomes. You get out of the crap, you get out of the fear, and it just resets you. This totally resets you in your perspective as well. Fear has no place in your heart. Distance yourself from drama and destructive situations as you breathe love. So yeah, it brings you back like, oh my God, I need to stop feeding into the stupidity of fear-based woe is me thing, and more of like, no, I'm a boss bitch, I can handle it. And everyone, if you just stay in your power, things will kind of align in that way. All right, so let's get some calm advice moving forward. All right. That's good enough. Calm advice. Moving forward, courage, babe. Yeah. Journey. Past. All right. So, these glossy AF cards. Sorry about the ring light, but if you can see that imagery there. This is a time for new beginnings. A challenging cycle is coming to an end. Period. Be courageous and victory will be yours. I mean, that's advice, man. Be courageous and victory will be yours. That's the advice right there. Calm advice moving forward. All right. So journey. Okay, journey here. Relax and take a break. You are on the right path. Take time to rest before making any big decisions. You are exactly where you're meant to be. I don't think I need to say more. The card said it all. All right, and then we got past. Free past hurts as you acknowledge, forgive. Okay, now I'm like, my brain wasn't so free past hurts as you acknowledge, forgive, and heal. My brain was like, what? Anyways, open your heart and embrace the future that awaits you. Yeah, man, this is the time to be courageous and victory will be yours. Okay, this is a time for new beginnings. The cycle is coming to an end. All right, just relax, take a break. You're on the right path. Take time to rest before you do anything big decisions. It's exactly where you need to be right now. Okay, and any hurts, any past like traumas and in like emotional injuries, things like that, you need to release, acknowledge, forgive, and heal. Embrace the future that awaits you. Okay, that is definitely the calm advice that Spirit's trying to tell you. Okay, so you're going to be okay. Temporary stuff. It's shitty now, but it'll pass. Okay, so I think I'll end the reading here, guys. You guys are going to be okay. Just, it'll clear up for you, okay? But if you want to continue to support my channel, you can go down to the description box. There's a PayPal link. You can donate whatever you like. If you don't want to do that and you want to purchase some cool ass jewelry that really make a statement, you can do that on my shop-krc.com website. If you can't do that, comment, like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this reading too. I really like to hear from you guys. And if you want a particular reading in the future, I love ideas and I'll see what I can do for y'all. But thanks for joining me, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next reading, okay? Bye-bye. Hello, my pile threes. Welcome. If you chose the Crescent Moon symbol pile, this is your reading. All right, Mercury Retrograde, February 26th through March 20th. It's the official retrograde phase, core period where miscommunications, tech glitches, delays, old business resurfacing themes tend to show up more strongly, okay? So don't panic. Here's what it's really doing for you, okay? Now, let's just dive in, baby. Where you're overreacting. We all kind of do that. I mean, a lot of us do. Even if we don't realize it, people are like, whoo, there's no reason to overreact. Well, let's just see where you're overreacting. Let's get some insight. Spirit, thank you. Collective reading. Okay, Two of Swords. Empress. And okay, the Hermit. So, okay. You know, it's kind of funny. For those of you that have like a group of friends, or like a core group of friends that you hang out a lot, but there tends to be kind of like drama going on. I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding with either texting, communication, social medias. You know what I mean? And almost like you blew up, but there was no need for it. I think if you really kind of sit down and talk it out, whether it be friends or family members, or it could even be a professional setting like coworkers, things like that. I do believe there's a little bit of a misunderstanding, and you know what I mean, especially with a female figure, or if it's not an actually female, this person just tends to have more feminine energy. In like the mix of all this and like the core and the center of this kind of drama, um, you know, I think it's a bit of a misunderstanding, man. And there's no need to like retreat or to isolate them or yourself from the situation. It's just like I think it's I think that there's no need for that. A little dramatic. There's a lot of like the drama. Oh my goodness, the drama. You know, I think it's just a little bit of overkill in that regard, but let's keep going because I want to know more. I want to know the tea. I want to know the tea. What's actually happening behind the scenes here? Why did this come up? You know, for you. There's something else to it, though. It's not just like the drama, but there's a reason for it. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Eight of Wands. I think the universe is trying to give you, is forcing you to take a really hard look at yourself, how you treat others and yourself. Okay, being that person that does everything, almost like the little leader of the group, or the matriarch of the family, or the boss of the work environment. I think that it's just the universe is forcing you to be like, soften yourself up a bit and don't be such a bitch. Like, I'm straight up. This is what I'm getting. It's like, empathy really can accelerate friendships in a better way than the forceful way. You know, and being that diplomatic woman or man or person, there's no gender here, but being that diplomatic leader and really cultivating a harmonious environment. By doing that, you can really achieve a lot of success, but you really need to calm down, don't overreact, don't be so nasty over these things. I think if you just look at a more rational way, it will make sense and everything will calm down, and we'll be friends again or whatever. There'll be more harmony. I yeah, okay, period. If anything, I tell it like it is. And that's what I'm getting. Don't shoot the messenger, man, but these are wise uh, situations that the universe kind of throws at us. And wise, I mean, they make you they make you, how can I put this? They force you to see the wisdom in all of it, is what I was trying to say. But let's keep going, y'all. What's being corrected? What is being corrected? Okay. Oh, I'm already getting something, but I'll wait. What's being corrected? I got the word bully. Now, I'm not saying you're a bully, but or you don't mean to be one, but that word popped up. Okay, so let's go. Page Cups, Six of Swords, and the Lovers. What's being corrected here is the dynamic between people, the ability to handle different personalities in a more diplomatic and mature way, and not so immature, fly off the handle, to the point where maybe in the past those kind of situations have forced you to move different job area, city, changing, letting go of friends. So what's being corrected is having that perspective of how relationships should be handled in a proper, more loving, empathetic way, and reacting in a more diplomatic, balanced way, and not flying off the handle. There might be some anger issues going on here, and I think that this is starting to correct that. It's forcing you to see that this cannot continue, and so you have to kind of change your ways. You know what I mean? It's time to grow up a little bit, mature, and realize that not everybody's talking crap about you. Not everybody's your enemy. That is the lesson. That's what's being corrected. And I'm going in. I want to know what needs a second look here. What needs a second look? What needs a second look? Boom, boom, boom. Needs a second look. Bada boom. Ace of Swords. The Six of Cups. The World. What needs a second look is the leadership aspect. Again, another theme. Okay, what is a true leader? A true leader doesn't say, or isn't do as I say, not as I do. A true leader leads by example. A true leader is the one people look up to. They want to emulate. You know what I mean? A true leader genuinely understands all sides and then makes a sound judgment based on looking at all the different perspectives. Yeah. What is leadership? Okay. That's what's something that you need to take a second look at. What, you know what I mean? And it's not just with friends, family, or career, even with like relationships. How do you lead the relationship? Are you a leader? Are you kind of a bully? When you're in a bad mood, do you take it out on other people? Or when you're in a bad mood, do you just retreat and just like not want to do anything, don't speak to me kind of like attitude? Like, what is the disconnect here? You know, and it's just like doing that all the time, is that healthy? Does that help? Right? And I think that's what the universe is trying to force you to kind of look at and take a second look at things. All right, so let's get into. I'm not here to berate you guys. This is just how Mercury retrograde comes through sometimes, and this is, you know, and this is how tarot works. They can be very upfront and blunt, and you just need to hear it. You know, if anything, I just say it. I calls it Laxa sees it, okay? And so now I want to know how this all stabilizes for you guys. All right, let's, you know, I think it's been a lot of dramatics, but I want to know what really stabilizes. Like what starts to kind of chill, you know, solidify for you. Okay, got free will, music, relationships. All right, beautiful card, very shiny. Trying not to get the ring light to reflect too bad, but I'll read what it says. Choose the path that is true to your values and do not hold back. Be bold and exercise your free will. You cannot change others. You can only change yourself. So things stabilizes when you start to not impose your will on others and understand that everybody has their free will, their own free will, including yourself. So you can't change others. You can only change yourself. Okay? You can't. The only thing that you can actually control in this world is yourself. You know, with the illusion of people like, oh, I'm in control of this person, I'm in control of this situation. It's like you truly are not. You might be able to guide the situation or the person, but in reality, that is not reality. All right. So I think that becomes a lot more clear for you, and that all you can do is change yourself and, you know, see what happens, I guess. And if people don't want to change themselves, that's not up to you to shift for them. They gotta do it themselves, okay? But it all starts with you, right? Okay, music, beautiful one. Called that without the glossiness. Feel the vibration as music surges through you. Soothe your soul and release any pent-up energy you're holding. Feel the music and dance. I think there's going to be a lot of a release kind of situation for you if you're a music lover, or if that's definitely a source of release for you. I think that even it could just be the symbolism of feeling the vibration of the world and just releasing all the pent up crap that you've been holding. All right. So, you know, stabilizing yourself, releasing the crap through different means, music, dancing, expression in a healthy way. All right, definitely. And then we've got relationships. Gather those you love, celebrate family, friendships, warm hearts, and your sense of purpose, and as relationships grow closer and enrich you. If you truly feel that what you've been going through right now doesn't align, the people that you are around doesn't align, then it's time to release what you feel doesn't align with you. Gather those that you love, that you know you can always rely on, and celebrate that. And don't be a forceful person in that regard. Let things flow. Okay, let's just get some calm advice. But I think relationships, being able to release stuff and imposing your own free will, not on others, but understanding that, I think definitely is a stabilizer for you. But I need calm advice here for my guys, for my pile threes. I think they've been just being berated for too much, and I know they're good people at the core of it all, and I want to get some calm advice to get through this Mercury retrograde bananas time. Okay. All right. Wisdom. Manifest. Forgive. Ooh, okay. Should I even read this? It says it all. No, I will though. Okay, wisdom. Beautiful card again. Wisdom is understanding, intelligence, knowledge, and acceptance of life experiences. Be wise. Do not give your power to others. Speak your truth. Yeah. Understand intelligence, knowledge, and acceptance of life experiences, babes. There's your advice. There it is. Manifest. The light is shining. Trust your instincts to manifest your desires. The best version of you is emerging. Understand that this is supposed to be a time of growth, and through this crap, the best version of you is literally manifesting. So remind yourself of that. Okay. And then forgive. With this chick with this crazy hair, she's almost like a wolf. I almost see like wolf ears or something. Find forgiveness in your heart, release the pain, and find peace as you clear the burdens that have restricted you. Yeah, forgive the people, even if they piss you off. Forgiveness is a huge thing. It's very powerful. People have a misunderstanding with forgiveness. They think it's the like the pussy way out. Excuse the language, but yeah, they feel that it's not a very strong way to go. But forgiveness is taking back your power. You're not condoning people in the way that they act or what they do, but you are saying, I don't agree with what you did, but I forgive you, and then I give back my power. You no longer hold space in my mind or my heart, and that's a powerful, badass way to live. So definitely forgiving those that wronged you or what you think wronged you, and stop with the overreactions and just kind of breathe, man. Yeah. And let go of pent up rage, taking out on others or taking it out on yourself, man. All right. So that's it for my pile threes. I hope Mercury retrograde doesn't put you through the ringer too bad, and I hope this helps you kind of navigate that. Thanks so much for joining me. If you wish to support my channel, go down to the description box, PayPal link to donate. If you can't do that, shop on my website, shop-krc.com. Buy some cool head turner jewelry and decor. Can't do that? All good. Follow, like, share, subscribe. That definitely supports me. And definitely comment. I want to hear your thoughts on the matter, if you like the reading, or if you would like to see a particular subject, a reading subject, and see how I'm feeling about that. I might just do it. All right, guys, thanks so much for being with me, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye-bye.